The UFL is kicking off the 2026 season on the last Friday of this month, March 27. The championship airs on ABC. It has been a long time since we've welcomed in this man on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the UFL head coach of the Dallas Renegades, Rick Neuheisel. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you.
I am wonderful, Rich. It was great to see you over the course of the Combine. And I look forward to the Run, Rich, Run.
Thank you.
Episode. That it's wonderful what you're doing for that great charity.
Thanks. And I'm going to be running at St. Jude in a few weeks' time, and then airing the results in quotes on the Saturday of the draft. Also, Suze is here too, Rick. So she wants to say hello. Go for it, Suze.
Hey, Rick. It's been a minute or so.
Sue, how you doing? The better three quarters, I like to say. The better three quarters.
That's it. I just trying to hold up the weight of the world here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you. And congrats. Do you have a new family member?
I have a daughter-in-law since the last time we talked.
Excellent.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Absolutely. But I'm having a blast coaching again.
Great.
And it's great to see you guys. The set looks perfect.
Thank you.
And your kid's coaching.
I love it. Yeah, exactly right. And I love that viral moment when your son, as the interim coach, won a big, huge football game, and CBS was peeping you on the set, Rick. That's what it's all about.
The great. Dad goggles were firmly in place that day. Yeah, I'm still apologizing to Penn State fans for my lack of neutrality. Switzerland, I was not.
Okay. No, listen, those are 100% easily understood. So before we get to a little bit of college football with you and everything else going on, let's talk about some of these new UFL rules that I'm sure the league is keeping an eye on. A 4-point field goal, Rick? Really? We're going to do that this year?
The idea is the further away you get, the more you're risking great field position for the other team. So to kind of get the kick to be taken, you want to encourage it for the fourth point. We talk about when you down in the red zone, going for it on fourth down to keep a touchdown drive alive. Those are 4-point plays. Going for it on fourth and goal is a 4-point play because you can probably make that field goal 95%, 98% of the time, but to get the touchdown is a 4-point play. Well, now we have a 4-point play in actuality. And as you just mentioned, the numbers for Aubrey, I mean, there's a number of kickers. We saw so many kickers making 50-plus that made it look like chip shots. And you and I don't have to remember back that long when that was a less than 50-50 proposition. And so that world's changed. And I think to get that excitement and those long kicks rather than just at the end of a half, the 4-point idea is a good one.
So, interesting. Do you think the fact that a 4-point game is now a 1-score game, right, for just a field goal, and the fact that we do have longer-legged kickers, if you will, and some of them that we see in the NFL come from UFL action.
Yeah, Aubrey was a UFL guy.
No doubt.
Or USFL, whatever the hybrid is. Now
Correct.
It's the UFL, it's the XFL and USFL merged.
Yes, so we've seen from this league that we've seen NFL kickers get born, if you will. You think this might cause more going for it inside the 10-yard line than ever before, or the analytics are always going to rule that day, and that they might be tilted now that, hey, if you don't go for it here and you just get 3, you could get beat by 1 by somebody who kicks it from midfield?
I haven't thought that far down the road. I just know that there's a lot of decision-making going on with the Brendan Aubreys of the world now that 60-yard field goal is a makeable deal. It might become more prudent to try it when it's a 4-point play as opposed to a 3-point play, given the analytics of the game. And I think fans love those long kicks. There's a lot of oohs and ahs. It's like a home run. Right, you just see something go that long in the air.
Right.
It's entertaining, and I think to line up to try it, I think is fun. And imagine the idea of a coach at the end of a game down 3, and he's got a 51-yarder, and he tells the quarterback to take on third down a 10-yard sack so that he can get 61 and win the game. Imagine that, coach, and the kahunas that would take.
Yes, exactly.
And I want to be that coach,
yes,
Rich.
you
I want to be that coach.
Yeah, you do, Rick Neuheisel. So again, we might see, we were talking about this the other day. Let's just say it is a 51-yard field goal and you are down by 3, right? That you would have, if you know you've got a kicker like, say, Aubrey is, he's a perfect guy to use, again, because we're talking about this league as well, UFL. And so a victory formation technically could be a quarterback running back 9 yards and taking a knee there.
100%. I predict we'll see that this year.
And you want to be that guy.
I want that to be me. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Are you in favor of the ban?
And I really hope the kick goes through.
That's right.
I really hope that it does.
That goes without saying. Are you in favor of the ban of the tush push as well?
I am. I understand all the work that the tush push, all those the architects of that play put into it, and why you don't want to give it up. But you can imagine if you get a unique set of guys up front, you just keep doing it. And now we've seen the slow motion cameras and how quickly they're jumping the snap count. I just think for the aesthetics of the game that it's just a safer answer to let that play go by way of the whales and find other ways to get your 1 yard. I mean, Josh Allen, when he gets down there, it's almost an indefensible play. And while if you're the Buffalo Bills, you don't want to see that go away. You certainly don't want to see Josh Allen lost to an injury in that kind of play, or anybody that's blocking for Josh Allen or trying to defend him.
The thing that I've come around on not wanting the tush push anymore is I think it's just, unreffable. The officiating of it. Now ESPN and Fox and CBS can have this camera angle right down the line. Prime Video, all the partners, Netflix, YouTube, they all have the 4K cameras and they can all see whether somebody's firing out too early or there is a fumble or anything like that. And unless an official gets prone on his or her stomach to get that angle, that you just can't see it.
I think it's we've got it so good that I think it's best we just move on. It has a wonderful place in NFL history and football history, but I think fans paying the exorbitant cost that they're paying want to see a play that took some more imagination than that one, and that's taking nothing away from those who architected this incredible play.
When was the last time you coached a game where 1 foot in bounds was a catch, Rick?
I was at UCLA. I was at UCLA when, in college. And, we've got a number of kids that have great college careers and resumes. So it doesn't take much for them to remember how.
Okay. Rick Neuheisel here on the Rich Eisen Show. Describe for me the player that you're coaching right now and their hopes, their dreams, why they're doing what they're doing with you, for you, collectively as a group together. Why you think they are doing this? Rick?
Well, they love football. And it's what I've said about spring football. As a matter of fact, I replaced Bob Stoops here with the Renegades. And I was the one who told Bob 3 years ago that he would love this. Steve Spurrier and I, who coached in the old Alliance of American Football back in 2019, both told him he was going to have a blast. And Bob was on the practice field yesterday and telling me exactly that. This was the most fun he's ever had because the player in this league loves the game in such a way that he's willing to do it and go through all the work to get ready to do it, to chase that brass ring of the NFL one more time. And it's the purest form of football left, given what's happened to college football on the pay-for-play scheme, because every one of these guys is on a scholarship. They all make the same amount. There's no, separation between the different positions as to what you earn. And it's for this love of the game, love of the team, love of the locker room, and love of one more chance to see if I might be able to go and prove that I can play on Sundays. And I think we're all, as coaches, thankful for the kind of attitude that we get every day.
And, again, I could see some of your players filing in and out behind you there in your locker room.
They knew I was on the Rich Eisen Show, of course, trying to just get a little glimpse.
And by the way,
they knew Susie was in town. And they were
that's it, Rick. Let's
get
be
a little
honest.
camera over there. There you go. Now they've got what they want.
Yeah, no.
Hi, guys.
You know, these players, and you know what you've been around, and you know what a professional football player looks like, an NFL player looks like, and I obviously don't want you to name names, but do you see NFL players in UFL where you're like, okay, that kid should
without question. And this, I had the experience in the NFL with the Ravens back in 05, 6, and 7.
Yes.
And we'd get into these personnel meetings when we're trying to get to our 53-man roster. And numbers 48 through 53 were always a long conversation, and the different things that guys could do and the more things that guys could do to make themselves more valuable. And it really comes down to the makeup of your team, the condition. For instance, you might need to take an extra tight end because one of your top tight ends has got a arthritic knee, right? So that all of a sudden, if you're the fourth tight end in that camp, you make it. Whereas if you're the fourth tight end and there's none of that conditions, you're in the UFL. And those are the kind of things that if you can get the film, and a number of guys, they sign what they call offer sheets, basically where they have committed to going to a training camp next year with an NFL team. That means that they've got to make that NFL team. In this situation, they're going to get hopefully 10 games and playoffs. There will be 2 playoff games to determine the champion. In this league, you got hopefully 12 games of film for an NFL GM to look at, see you doing special teams, see you doing all the different things. And that film can be your ticket back to the league and maybe get you into the situation where they know they need that fourth tight end.
That's amazing. It really is. It's dream building, man. And I'm not just saying this because this is on,
and
Disney,
who better than me to dream build?
You're the dream weaver.
I'm the dream weaver. Gary Wright did not live in vain.
You look at you. You could even sing it. You still play your guitar, Rick? You still sing?
I have the guitar. It's safely tucked away into a private location where it cannot be found other than with me. But no, I am telling you, and I mean this in all sincerity. I know we're trying to publicize the league and get folks to come and watch, but this is really fun. This is really fun. It's a blast to be around these young men. The worst day is when you have to tell a few of them they didn't make the team because you know how much it means to them. And given what's going on in college football and, whether or not, kids are playing for the love of the game, that's no concern here.
Yeah. I mean, you're obviously still all over that level of football and what you do every single Saturday on the TV side of things. I just think that, listen, I'm not telling any tales out of school. Will we ever get rules? You know what I mean? I know there are some rules for certain states and certain this, certain that. Yeah. But I have no problem with kids getting theirs. Yeah. But the fact that you, as a coach at that level, need to basically re-recruit your entire team every year means like there's got to be something done. There's a big group of people meeting at the White House today. That's right.
That are looking forward to maybe setting an agenda. Some movers and shakers, from the world of television, commissioners, coaches, Saban, Mac Brown, Urban Meyer are all there. So hopefully they'll set an agenda to get down the path, hopefully a yellow brick road, if you will, to some answers for this. As you said, there's no fault in having players get a piece of the pie.
Not at all.
They're deserving of it. We just need now to figure out how to do it. And the problem is the world of college athletics have never, ever had somebody looking at it from the top, from a global atmosphere. It's always people looking at it from a conference level, from a team level, from a university level and such. We never had anybody trying to put it all together as a commissioner would. I'm not sure we're going to get a commissioner, and we understand those who have the power don't want to acquiesce and give it away. We understand that. But somehow, some way, we've got to figure out a place to go where we can agree on a formula that makes sense. Because it's not just college football that we're trying to save. It's the entirety of college athletic departments, because football is the breadwinner. And if we just get to the fortunate souls that are the brands that we all recognize, and we go create what they're considering the Super League, then what might take place is we're going to see the diminishment of athletic departments that were in those other schools. And that means swimming and tennis and gymnastics and on down the list are going to not have the opportunity to compete. And that would be a travesty given what we all believe is the real mission statement of college athletics.
Yeah, and
the soul of this is the relationship with the university, and that's what we've got to hang on to.
Yeah, and as you point out, it could be the denigration of Team USA Olympic teams, which use a lot of these programs as feeder systems. And every 2 years, every 4 years, we're all excited as Americans watching them compete. That might not be the same. But the problem with doing it from top down, though, Rick, is and I'm not telling any tales out of school, but a school like, say, Michigan or UCLA or Colorado or any place that you've coached, along with a team that doesn't have the same revenue concerns, the same scheduling concerns, the same, athletic department concerns, to put it all under one massive banner, I don't think works either. That there does need to be some separation. Yeah. And to decide who's in that boat and who isn't, I don't know whose job that would be either. Well,
it's interesting. And what we have right now with the delineation of the Power Four and then the group of now 6 with the Pac-12 being re-energized with the formation of that conference, we've got, a clear line of demarcation as to where the players are and where the resources are. But we do have an opportunity for those group of 6 programs to compete with the Power Four. And, like tonight, there's a great story in basketball. Miami of Ohio is trying to complete the first ever perfect season in MAC history, the Mid-American Conference. The Red Hawks, if they get it done, are 31-0, and yet there's some question as to whether or not they would qualify for the tournament because the crazy. Automatic bid would only go to the team that wins the conference tournament.
Yeah.
And if they don't, is their 31-0 not good enough? And therein lies, some metrics would say that they're not. But this is where I think we have to have some common sense, which might not be so common anymore, and make sure we're looking after the little guy, because the little guy's as much a story in college athletics as the big guy. Loyola of Chicago going to the tournament, Appalachian State beating Michigan on the first game ever on the Big Ten Network. Those are stories that resonate and are part of the lore of college athletics.
Yeah, it resonates with me. That's for damn sure. It's a dark day.
I didn't mean that.
No. No, you make an excellent point. I wish we could have solved college athletics here, me sitting on the Rich Eisen Show set and you in the Dallas Renegades locker room, but unfortunately we've run out of time. And I appreciate your time, Rick. Really, it's been awesome.
It's a treat. And Susie, don't let him boss you around. You run that show, okay?
Too late.
I don't think anybody thinks in any way, shape, or form that, I'm in charge.
I think America only wants to see Susie next to you and in a lane next to you on the Run Rich Run.
That would be great.
See where Susie would finish in that race.
I would love it.
Can I tell you something? We actually tried that out, and it was humiliating. I think he was faster than I was.
Oh, my God.
And I swear to God, I never thought that day would happen.
Rick, you're the man. Have a great time coaching, bud.
Both of you.
You're the best. That's Rick Neuheisel. There you go. Go Renegades right there. Dallas Renegades head coach right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.